Greetings and welcome to the Cell Guru show, and today we've got lots and lots of great stuff for you all here displayed on the table. But I'm going to tell you some keywords, some hints that will tell you what I actually really have. Let's see if you can decipher it and actually play along. So first of all, we'll find one of the phones that has redefined the actual flagship market. Get it? Yes, we've got the Oppo Find X2. And we've also got the Oppo Find X2 Pro, but we don't have too many details about what's happening with it in India, and we don't know the prices yet, so we'll just skim through this one. Then we'll go OnePlus on what we did last week. I think that one is easy, right? We have the OnePlus 8. After doing a review of the OnePlus 8 Pro, we are now moving on to the OnePlus 8, and then we're going to do a bit of a flip into the gold market. That's a little tough one. Try it. I'll give you a second. No, you didn't. Okay. That's the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip, but the thing is that it's actually the gold edition. Now, lots of people on the Cell Guru team have been waiting for this one because they love a lot of bling. They love the overall look. We'll find out, is it really as good as they seem to think it is? And a whole lot more happening on the Cell Guru show.
The Oppo Find X2 series gets launched in India. We take a closer look at the Find X2, which comes with a 120Hz screen refresh rate, 65-watt fast charging and the latest processor, and we give you our first impressions. We review the OnePlus 8, the more affordable sibling of the 8 series. We tell you if the OnePlus 8 with Snapdragon 865 triple rear camera setup and 30-watt fast charging can be your next phone. We get our hands on the shiny and bling Samsung Galaxy Z Flip Mirror Gold. On Cell Guru, we show you a quick glimpse of this phone that is capable to make heads turn. And Yoga Day is here, so we have compiled some of our favorite yoga apps to help you practice yoga while at home.
And of course, before we get started with the rest of the show, we've got to go into news, and lots of news. Apple WWDC, one of their biggest events, now becomes absolutely their biggest event because they've gone online with it. What will happen? Is it only going to be about developers and software and services, or will they do something with hardware? What's expected out there? Plus, a new Nokia feature phone comes out in the Indian market.
It is that time of the year again when Apple takes the stage to announce next versions of their operating systems and showcase technologies for the developers across the globe. It is time for Apple's Worldwide Developers Conference 2020, which will begin on June 22nd and will be an online-only event for the first time this year due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Even though Worldwide Developers Conference is focused on software, there's a significant amount of hardware that could make an appearance too. Here is what to expect. Apple will unveil iOS 14, the update to iOS for its iPhones. iPad OS 14 is likely to be announced along with iOS. We will see the updates to tvOS, Mac OS and Watch OS as well. Apart from the OS updates, we might see the rumored The Tile Driver, which will possibly be called AirTag, a small device that you can put in a wallet or attach to your belongings and then track them if they go missing. Apple may likely introduce a new HomePod at Worldwide Developers Conference 2020. Reports suggest that it could be a more compact model and may be called the HomePod Mini or the HomePod 2. There could be a new Apple TV 4K on its way, and it may make an appearance at the Developers Conference. That's not all. The biggest rumor we have heard says that Apple may use Worldwide Developers Conference to announce its plan to ditch Intel processors for its future Macs. If true, this could be a big step for Apple. The Nokia 5310 is the Finnish company's latest throwback to a classic design from 2007. The modern classic has been refreshed with dual SIM support as well as bigger focus on music playback. To start with, the phone is capable of playing back MP3 files and has an FM radio as well. Additionally, there are dedicated music keys and big volume buttons on the sides that make it easy to adjust playback while on the go. Nokia has upped the music quotient with 2 speakers that go loud. Other features include an LED flash. A VGA camera rounds up the feature set and allows you to view photos on a 2.4-inch screen. The feature phone runs the Series 30 Plus operating system and can last up to 22 days on a single charge. The Nokia 5310 is priced at Rs 3,399 and will be available starting July 22nd.
All right, let's get started with our top story. This is the Oppo Find X2. Now, we'll talk about the Oppo Find X2 Pro also, but like I said right in the beginning, we have very less details about this phone. I mean, we know everything about the phone. We just don't know when it comes to India, when is the India launch, what date, what price. So we'll just skim through that one, but we'll really talk about this one. So first, I'm going to just start by telling you that this is more an unboxing and first impression than anything else, because we will take a deeper look into this, maybe around the time that it actually goes on sale. The Oppo Find X2 is, first of all, very brilliantly packaged. I love the fact that they've taken their time to actually do a good box. Even when you buy premium phones, but you get that same generic box, it's sometimes very, very putting off. So this phone itself has gradients, has shades, has a texture. The one that I have is the 12GB, 256GB version. There are other versions. And then when you open this out, you know Oppo always does one thing that they do absolutely brilliantly, and that is design. Never ever do you get an Oppo phone, irrespective of price, you never ever will get an Oppo phone that is not absolutely fantastic looking. Then 120 Hz screen on this one, fantastic resolution screen also. In every which way, if you take a look at the inside, the specs are absolutely top of the line. Talk about any flagship phone, this one will either equal or better those. Lots and lots of great things on this, including the fact that, as always, the optics, whether you talk about the front or the back, are also fantastic. So with this phone, Oppo's really now finally redefined, like I said, that they can do fantastic flagship phones right at the top and beat anybody in the competition. Let's take a look at what we have.
An impeccable display, competent cameras and a stunning design, the all-new Oppo Find X2 series seems to have it all. Today we take a closer look at the Oppo X2. The budget-friendly option of the two, the phone supports Oppo's first Quad HD Plus display and 120Hz capabilities. While the specs sound great, is there more to the Oppo Find X2 than meets the eye? Let's find out. The Find X2 scores big on design with its distinctive looks. Oppo has done a very good job at putting together a phone that combines a premium look with all visual elements that would make it appealing to a buyer. Between the beautiful curved glass that stretches all the way to the edge and unique ripple effects at the back, the phone looks stunning from every angle. The phone has a vertical array of cameras at the back and a punch hole sensor in the front. We found the phone to be light and comfortable to hold despite the large display and the glass metal frame. The phone sports Corning Gorilla Glass 6, which should help the phone survive a fall or two. We obviously didn't test that out. Oppo's implementation of an in-display fingerprint scanner on the X2 works well enough. Elsewhere, Face Unlock works as advertised and is quick to unlock the phone. Like most modern flagships, there's no 3.5mm headphone jack. The display is the biggest draw here and it immediately leaves an impression. The X2 packs a 6.7-inch display with a QHD Plus resolution. Dubbed an UltraVision display, it boasts of a pixel density of 513 ppi and excellent color reproduction thanks to its 10-bit panel. We found the display to be vibrant, well-saturated and punchy. Watching Netflix on the phone was a pleasurable experience. Meanwhile, 120Hz support is an added bonus that made navigating the interface a fluid and responsive experience. The Oppo Find X2 packs a triple camera with a 48-megapixel primary sensor, 12-megapixel ultra-wide camera as well as a 13-megapixel telephoto lens. In daylight, the phone manages to shoot excellent images with a high level of detail. Like most phones these days, the Find X2 records high-quality 4K videos with excellent stabilization thanks to the combination of OIS and EIS. We enjoyed shooting selfies with the 32-megapixel front-facing camera. The Find X2 doesn't skip out on the specs and brings the heat with a Snapdragon 865 chipset paired with 12GB of RAM as well as 256GB of storage. In our time with the phone, we found the performance to be flawless. Be it heavy games or just day-to-day use, the phone never slowed down. Talking about the interface, the Find X2 is powered by Android 10 and sports the ColorOS skin. Clean, neat and full of features, this is now a great UI. The other headline feature of the Oppo Find X2 is the support for fast 65 watts charging using the bundled SuperVOOC charger. The 4200 mAh battery doesn't last long with the display set to 120Hz. Of course, you can choose to be frugal with the battery life and simply toggle off the 120Hz mode. When the time comes to charge up the phone, the fast charger can go from 0 to 100 in just 40 minutes. A very handy feature to have when you're in a rush. The phone is priced at 64,990 rupees. The major differences between the Find X2 and the X2 Pro include the IP68 support on the Pro model. This makes the phone waterproof and dustproof. Elsewhere, the Pro model has a better camera setup as well as 512 GB of storage to store all those images. Early verdict. The Find X2 is a serious flagship phone with some very serious features and ends up being an all-rounder with excellent features in every department. It stands out for its looks, screen, camera, performance and 65 watts charging. If you have a budget somewhere close to the price for this phone, don't think twice. This is the phone to go with.
And now let's move on to this, the OnePlus 8. Now last week we did the OnePlus 8 Pro and we literally said it that they have pulled it off. They finally got a phone that literally and absolutely tick marks every box in the flagship domain. But you know, if you don't have that kind of money, if you don't have 55,000 rupees to spend, then this is a completely different ballgame. In terms of the looks, in terms of the optics, in terms of everything else, you know, there's very less difference between the two phones. There are 2 or 3 big things that are different, of course. The IP rating is a bit of a difference. The cameras are slightly different. The resolution, the refresh rate is slightly different. But you do get a fantastic phone. And if you buy the base phone, it's actually 41,000 or 42,000 rupees. So that's a very, very interesting price point. Let's take a look at what all the OnePlus 8 has.
While the OnePlus 8 Pro competes for the flagship segment, the OnePlus 8 remains the value-focused affordable option for most. It still packs a super-fast Snapdragon 865 chipset, loads of RAM and an improved camera setup. But as competition from Xiaomi and Realme heats up, is this still the best affordable flagship around? The OnePlus 8 comes in exciting colors, especially the interstellar glow, but we got the glacial green. It's beautiful but not as lovely as the interstellar glow. We love the attention to detail in this phone. The glass neatly curves around with the thin silver of aluminium supporting the chassis. The frame is chrome-like in its reflectivity and lends a premium feel. The 8 is light even with a large display and is quite comfortable to hold. The camera lenses are vertically aligned and there's a punch-hole camera just like the one on the OnePlus 8 Pro. There is an in-display fingerprint scanner which is super quick. There's a face unlock too on board which works well. The display is one of the big differences between the 8 Pro and the 8. The 8 has a smaller display, 90Hz screen refresh rate and less PPI compared to the Pro, but it's still a good one. The colors are bright and vivid and the phone is smooth and responsive. We cannot criticize the screen, it's great for an average smartphone user. The 8 offers world-class performance with the latest Snapdragon 865 chipset. We got the 8GB RAM and 128GB internal storage variant. The phone takes on all tasks with ease without any lags and hiccups. We recommend this phone to gamers as it can process all the heavy duty without any stutters and offers an awesome gaming experience. The camera is where the competition may have an edge at this price point, but we aren't saying it isn't a good camera phone. It is, just not the best. The 3 camera lenses at the back is a combination of the 48 megapixel main sensor, 16 megapixel ultra-wide lens and a 2 megapixel macro lens. The daylight shots came out well, we can see the details and the colors are true to life. The night shots are bright with the nightscape mode. There is a 16 megapixel front camera which clicks decent selfies and good portraits too. The 8, like the Pro, can shoot in 4K. Software is a big plus on the OnePlus phones. With Oxygen OS 10 on Android 10, the UI is neat with no bloatware. The OnePlus 8 packs in a large 4300 mAh battery that lasted us a day. There is 30 watts fast charging, but unlike the Pro, it misses on wireless charging. The OnePlus 8 12GB RAM and 256GB storage variant is priced at 49,999 rupees. The 8GB RAM 128GB storage variant is for 44,999 rupees, and an Amazon exclusive variant with 6GB RAM and 128GB storage is priced at 41,999 rupees. The verdict. The OnePlus 8 brings improvements on all fronts, from a faster chipset to an improved camera. It even gets a camera cutout just like the OnePlus 8 Pro. The OnePlus 8, even without the Pro moniker, can give other value flagships a run for their money.
And this then is the bling. Well, no, they don't call it that, but it truly is. This is the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip, the gold edition. And you know, there are lots of people that are extremely jealous right now that I have this phone in my hand. And I'm talking about people very close to me right now, the Cellguru team. Some of them really love this phone. I am still wondering why, because frankly, this isn't a phone for me. I mean, this is too much bling. Look, the phone is still fantastic. It still has that incredible flip, but the gold is, like I said, a bit too much for me. But there are other people that are absolutely salivating in their mouth to get their hands on the phone, to actually try it out. And they're not trying out the phone. We've already tried out the phone. They just want to hold it, use it, and actually roam around doing this. Let's take a very quick look at what this phone doesn't actually work like. We've shown you that. What does it look like?
If you are paying a small fortune for a smartphone, it only makes sense that it looks like gold. Meet the Samsung Z Flip Gold. We have shown you the mirror purple in the past, and we thought we will give you a quick glimpse of the gold variant. The specs, however, remain the same. The gold Z Flip is beautiful, and looking at it is like staring directly into the sun. You will always make a fashion statement irrespective of what clothes you carry if you are holding the mirror gold Z Flip. When you flip open the phone, you will be hit by a beautiful 6.7-inch Infinity Flex display. When folded, there's a little 1x1 window screen for notification and could also be used to click selfies. There's a dual camera setup with a 12+12 megapixel lens, and then there is one 10 megapixel as a front camera on the display. Other features include Snapdragon 855 Plus, octa-core processor, 8GB RAM and a 256GB internal storage. The Z Flip is a smart fashion accessory to own and is one for the keeps.
Let's take a quick break right now on the Cellguru Show. When we come back, lots more. And we'll wrap it all up with Yoga Day. No, I'm not going to take any yoga positions. You know, this is a tech show, not a yoga demonstration show. So the thing we're going to do is we're going to show you on Yoga Day, we're going to show you some very interesting, different kind of yoga apps. Not those conventional ones that kind of just show you a few pictures and expect you to do the rest of the hard work. These can actually help.
If you've been interested in yoga to improve your fitness levels, World Yoga Day is the perfect opportunity to get started with this easy to learn but difficult to master fitness activity. We know it might not be possible to head to a yoga studio these days, but did you know that your phone can act as a perfect yoga teacher? Our first app is called YogiFi, available on Apple's iOS platform. It includes tailor-made fitness programs that are tuned specifically to your fitness levels. The YogiFi app's training schedules are completely customizable and are designed to motivate you to practice yoga daily. Our second app is called Pra-Yoga. Unlike YogiFi, which is designed like a fitness program, Pra-Yoga gives you real-time feedback on your postures using machine learning. The app uses AR to display 3D models within any open space, and this isn't just more immersive but also helps you get a better understanding of how to perform a specific asana by viewing it from any angle. Finally, the app that includes body tracking, which lets it see you perform a pose and then offers helpful feedback to further improve on it. If you are an Android user, fret not, we have got a great option for you as well. Daily Yoga is one of the best rated yoga apps on the Google Play Store, and it even lets you get started for free. The basic program includes 6 different asanas and 13 sessions to let you get a taste of the app. The app includes over 500 asanas and hundreds of guided sessions for both yoga and meditation, which makes it a one-stop shop for physical and mental fitness.
That then was the Cellguru Show for this week. I think we totally and absolutely nailed it. I gave you hints right in the beginning of the show, and then we lived up to expectations with great reviews of great products. But of course, there's another week that's coming up, and next week we've got another great portfolio of products, including the much-awaited Motorola Fusion Plus. What a price!